classless, she whispered to her friend, but she wanted me to hear it. She wanted everyone to hear. The laughter that followed was sharp, cruel, bouncing off the polished marble walls of the church like shrapnel. I stood still, my hands folded over the black silk fabric that draped my body. I did not flinch. The dress, my dress, was worth more than the car she drove here in. But that wasn't the point. She didn't know what she was mocking. She never did. And she never realized her fate was already sealed. I met Clara when my son brought her home 5 years ago. She was charming then, sweet voice, wide eyes, the kind of girl who knew how to play the role of innocence. My son was blinded by it. I wasn't. I noticed the way her eyes lingered too long on wealth, on brand names, on status symbols. She measured people not by their hearts, but by their handbags. But my son loved her. So I smiled, bit my tongue, and prayed she would learn humility with time. She didn't. Instead, she grew bolder. Little remarks at family dinners. "Oh, I suppose some people just don't understand real style." Backhanded compliments that dripped like venom. "That's cute. Vintage, I guess." She wanted to rise, and she thought stepping on me would help her climb. The signs of her betrayal came quietly. Late nights she claimed were work, whispered calls in the kitchen, a perfume that wasn't hers clinging to my son's shirt when he hugged me goodbye. I said nothing. I watched. Then, one afternoon, I saw the message. Her phone lit up while she was setting the table. A man's name I didn't know. The words, "Can't wait until he's out of the way. You and me." It should have shattered me. Instead, I felt cold clarity. She wasn't just mocking me, she was gutting my son. That was the moment the scales tipped. I didn't confront her, I didn't scream. I am not a woman of chaos. I am a woman of patience, of precision. You see, Clara worked for a luxury fashion house. She bragged endlessly about it, how she was climbing the ladder, how she was indispensable. What she didn't know was that I was more than the brand's founder. I was the ghost in the walls, the silent investor, the hand that signed every important document. She thought her world was hers. She had no idea it was mine. I began pulling threads, quietly. A board meeting here, a discreet conversation there. Her file was already thick with warnings, complaints she thought had been buried. I didn't need to fabricate anything. I only had to shine a light on what was already rotting. Within weeks, her termination letter sat in my desk drawer, waiting. And then came the funeral, my husband's. A man who built an empire with me brick by brick, who understood restraint and elegance better than anyone. His death was the end of an era, and Clara turned it into her stage. She arrived draped in sequins. Sequins at a funeral? And smirked at the simplicity of my dress. My dress, made of silk spun by hands I personally trained, designed decades ago in Paris, worth $80,000. The most expensive cheap thing in that room. Her laugh was the strike of a match. She thought she'd embarrassed me. She thought she'd won. I waited until the crowd thinned, until her laughter turned hollow and the wine dulled her sharpness. Then I approached. "Clara," I said softly, "you seem uncomfortable in this house." She rolled her eyes, still drunk on her own cruelty. "I just think some people don't know how to carry themselves with class." I smiled. "And yet, here you are, about to lose everything you've tried to carry." She blinked, confused. I slipped an envelope into her hand. She opened it. The letterhead was unmistakable. Her face drained of color as she read the words, "Termination effective immediately." I leaned closer, my voice a whisper meant for her alone. You mocked my dress, but it was mine before it was yours. Every brand you worshipped, mine. Every promotion you bragged about, mine. You were only ever a guest in a house I built, and now you're no longer welcome. Her lips trembled. She wanted to speak, to fight back, but the silence around us was suffocating. Everyone was watching. She left that night with her sequins dimmed, her pride shattered, her future gone. My son saw her for what she was soon after. The marriage crumbled like paper in fire. I do not regret it. Some betrayals deserve no second chance, no gentle warning. Some betrayals must be answered with precision. And when she mocked my dress, she mocked not just me, but the empire beneath my skin. She forgot I am not a woman you step on. I am the ground you walk on, and I decide when it gives way.